Hey guys, and welcome to the finale of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We have finally made it. We are fine. We're not we're not 100% done, okay? There's still a lot of stuff. And by a lot of stuff, I mean mainly just throughout the map. Like, we still have another Lost Tales of Greece. But I figured this was a good time to wrap up the series. We have actually ignored finishing this for like almost 10 episodes, maybe? Yeah, it's been a lot. Let's finally finish it. We've been taking care of the Lost Tales of Greece. We met fake Ajax. We met Herodotos's like betrayals. Like, and by betrayals I mean not him betraying us, but like the people betrayed him. Like, we have been doing so much, and we have technically cleared out all of the cults, except one. Not Mirini, but our brother, Alexios. But let's finally talk to Mirini.
My lamb, you've been gone so long.
Brasidas is dead.
No.
Deimos killed him in battle.
And what of my son?
Cleon fired an arrow into Deimos' back. Wound didn't look fatal. He could still be alive.
Malakas, Cleon. I'll kill him with my bare hands.
It's done, Mater. I already sent that snake to the sticks.
My family. You're all I have left.
Mater, there's something I need to do. I need to go to Mount Taygetos, where it all began. My whole life has been spent fighting and running. Running from my past, fighting to forget. I can't do this anymore.
My heart was shattered on that mountain.
I need to put that night behind me, once and for all.
I'm coming with you.
So did we not get the right ending? Like, I'm curious. The fact that we're like, oh, like, we're not calling him Alexios, we're calling him Deimos. Did I not get the good ending? I figured once the cult was dead, like, there was no way to... I'm curious. Also, the fact that, like, this is always the thing that I find so interesting, and I relate this back to Genshin, but the fact that it's, like, the main character is supposed to be, like, the guy, so it's supposed to be Alexios, so Cassandra is supposed to be the one, like, doing all the Cult of Cosmos stuff, not Deimos, like, Alexios. Which is really, it's always interesting, and it's like, the girl twin's supposed to be, like,
changed.
villainous
like I
and
never
everything.
left.
It's always kind of interesting.
Alexios!
On the edge of the world, a mother calls out to her child. Touching.
Alexios. Please.
You use that name as if it means something to me.
It's the name your father and I gave you.
Was that before or after you brought me to this mountain to die?
It was the cult! I tried to save you! I did everything! The priest told me you were dead!
And they told me you abandoned your son!
Alexios, come to me. We are your family. We can go home.
Family? Home. My sword is my family. The battlefield is my home.
I told you, Mater. He's beyond reason.
Beyond reason? Is that what you told Mother? Why didn't you tell her the truth?
And what truth is that?
That I'm the chosen one! I'm the one with a destiny! I will bring order to this world! You're nothing but a mercenary with a broken spear.
The cult controls your destiny, but you don't need them. Together, we can destroy them and bring peace back to this world.
Peace. And what under Helios would you do with yourself if there was peace? Milk the goats? Look at you! Almighty Misthios. You profit from this war as much as I do. You don't want peace. You just don't want to deal with me.
What I want, what I have always wanted, is my family.
When I was little, I found a lion cub trapped in a snare. My friend tried to free it. That's when I heard the deadly growl of its mother. I watched as the lioness tore my friend to bloody shreds. Even in the world of beasts, a family protects its young!
I loved you! I still love you.
The one you love is dead. My destiny is clear. And I won't let you get in my way.
Alexios, listen to me. You are my brother. I tried to protect you once, and I failed. I will not fail again. This belonged to our grandfather.
I've done terrible things.
We all have, Alexios.
I know.
Cassandra! Wait. Thank you.
The thing is, I don't have any way of dropping all of my stuff. Do I delete stuff? I don't think I have any way of taking care. Hold on, I gotta deal with the inventory. Even in the last episode, I still can't get away with this. Okay, we now have room. We now have space that I'm immediately going to fill up. Let's go and have dinner. Into your childhood home.
Sometimes the face we show to the world needs to be one of strength, despite the chaos we harbor beneath.
There's more to being the best than pure strength.
That's an excuse for the weak.
I'll show you who's weak.
Well, at least the family is all together.
I'll get more wine.
Well, that wasn't so bad, was it?
I can't believe I have a family again.
The gods work in mysterious ways. You never know what they have planned.
Someone's kept their eye on me.
You're special! Look at the life they've blessed you with! Not so bad, if you think of it all.
That's optimistic, considering.
Just remember, no matter who surrounds you, I'll be there. And the others are waiting for us on the ship.
Right behind you.
Wait. Okay. So that's it. New Game Plus mode is now available. This mode allows you to restart from the beginning while keeping most of your progress. Resources, levels, abilities, weapons, as well as ship upgrades carry over, but the ship lieutenants won't. It's available only from a save file that's completed the main story and accessed from the main menu. Let's... Okay, we still have more, and like this showed up. So we're gonna kind of just do like the ones that show up. I am curious about something. Hold on. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, we have made it to the cemetery.
Behold, I've kept myself alive.
It was the one job I gave you, Socrates. I knew you could handle it.
I would have attempted it even if you hadn't told me to.
It's not as easy as it seems, staying alive. There's not many of us left.
Then let's pay tribute to them. Though they aren't here now, they were here once. Come with me. My opinion on death is a nebulous one because I know nothing about it. Therefore, I know I shouldn't be afraid.
I'm not afraid either.
Many are because they don't know what death holds for them. One can only trust that the gods know for certain.
Y'all remember when Phoebe was alive? Like, when I think about, like, everyone that's died, like, I don't think Brasidas, I don't think, like, any of the people that we get. I'm just like, yeah, y'all remember Phoebe? The little kid who just kept showing up all the time. And we just knew something was gonna happen because they kept putting her in the story. Yeah, did they ever get her body out of there? I'm just curious.
Phoebe. She never got to be a little girl. I talked to her like she was already grown up.
Which you did out of respect for her. Question your choices, Cassandra, but never doubt them.
Thank you for giving her the burial she deserved.
There are countless others here in Elysium. The blessed have earned that eternal happiness. One of them is our great Pericles.
Athens owes him a debt for all he's done.
They didn't call him the first citizen of Athens for nothing. A man of many contributions, but also a private man.
He had to keep to himself. He was always being pursued by something or someone.
By protecting himself, he was protecting Athens from ruin. Aspasia may have been the only one who truly knew him.
This war has taken so many. Even Brasidas fell.
Maybe so, but as a Spartan, he fulfilled his duty and died on the battlefield.
I could have helped him more. He was on my side.
Your survival avenges him. He will be honored as a hero.
The people will remember how we brought down Cleon.
I heard Cleon was found on the beach, massacred no less.
It was no worse than what he would have done to his own people. I had to follow through.
Either way, let him spend his eternity in Tartarus for what he has done. And be certain, our friends wait for us in the light.
I drink to that.
Who am I to say no?
Well, this has supplied me with plenty of new material for my next play.
Remember how Cassandra took the monger to task for all of Corinth to see? That would shoot a drama.
There's been no love scene yet. Let me provide that inspiration now.
Beauty is short-lived. You may as well use it, Alcibiades.
And to that, I raise my drink.
To moving forward. We'll leave the past behind.
A tribute as good as your singing.
And to the gods.
Now, dear teacher, I think you should whisk me away for our private lesson.
I'm afraid I haven't had enough wine for that, Alcibiades.
Then someone fill his cup.
I'm kind of curious when, like, oh gosh, we keep getting more quests. Whereas Herodotus, I guess we're like talking to like everyone that like has been on the journey for like the long haul. Which is like really touching. And it's a nice way of doing it. And if you're kind of like you don't really care, then you can totally just skip this and be like, it's done. But like I kind of like this idea of like wrapping everything up. This is how we end it. This is how we end Herodotus's. Hold on. I do want to put some stuff in here. I want to show this because this was really funny when I saw it. Okay. That's getting stored. Eventually we're going to like level it up. We're going to put the copycat sword in. I've just been liking this one. There is something I got to pull out. There is one thing. Some things I've been keeping, I haven't had a need to. This. The poorly crafted helmet. This highly playable. This one created by the once gray kind of piece. I love the fact that it's 0 armor. Like, you can put that on. Like, you can technically wear it, and that kind of just makes me laugh. I think that's the only thing that was, like, really funny. Also, like, this demigod stuff is kind of dope. But it's interesting that it's, like, only level 60. Even though technically we're 61. I guess they're like, they'll be done by 60. Didn't do much. Okay, now we can finish Herodotus's. Can I sit beside him? No, I can't.
I sometimes feel like we've spent as much time at sea as on land.
You may be right. We've traveled a lot together.
I think it may be time I set off on my own.
Of course. As much as I like you by my side, I Can't expect you to stay forever.
I figured I'd take my leave while you still feel that way. It will feel strange, though.
It will take some getting used to. Well, where should I take you?
The docks near Athens should do. There are some others I'd like to say goodbye to as well.
I'm sure they'll be sorry to see you go. To Athens.
Time for us, instead of boating over there, we're literally just going to move the boat there. Where is it? Where is the port? Here it is.
I sometimes pinch myself to make sure that I'm awake and that all we went through truly happened.
With your writings, it won't soon be forgotten either.
The world will be better knowing. My mind is flooded with the memories of all we experienced.
Do you have a favorite?
How could I possibly decide? You opened my eyes to so much, uncovered so many secrets and mysteries that will change the course of the world. Your spear and all it suggests. Atlantis, the cult.
None of those things are mine alone to take credit for. You were there through it all.
How could I ignore what was so clearly in front of me?
You couldn't. Which is why you have as much of a claim to all we did.
I wonder what the great eagle bearer will remember best from this journey.
Our trip to Samos holds a special place in my heart.
Mine as well.
Have you thought of returning?
Not just yet, but I hope my next visit is far more uneventful.
I don't think you'll have to worry about that.
I guess this is it. As much as I'll miss our conversations, this is where our paths diverge.
Where is your path taking you now?
To Thuri.
What's waiting for you there?
That's the exciting part. I have no idea.
You know what? I'm not sure anyone loves the unknown as much as you.
It only stays that way until someone cares enough to make it known. In Thuri, that someone will be me.
Will I see you again?
Our paths may cross once more, and I hope they do. If that comes to pass after all, it likely means something big is following, close behind.
Then I hope our adventures are nowhere near complete. I've never been great at saying goodbye.
To do so is to impart a sense of finality, and we have no way of knowing if this truly is goodbye.
Good luck in your travels, Herodotus. I can't wait to hear what you get yourself into.
I'll share my stories with you, so long as you bring some new ones of your own.
I can do that.
And now we're done with Herodotus. That makes sense. That, like, he's been with us, and then now he goes. And that makes sense that it's, like, at the end of the story. Is that it? That's it. Okay, I do want to do some... Okay, I was honestly anticipating that we would end up having some, like... What am I thinking? Like, credit scene? Which is interesting. I mean, I guess you could view the credits at any point, but... Usually, like, they'll be like, this is it. This is the end. And we haven't had that yet. Like, there's nothing else here. Like, this is all, like, the online stuff. I'm terrified of any UGC stuff, to be honest. So we're actually going to be doing some of these like little side ones, like Shrouded a Bear. Get those seals, get some of these contracts done. Mainly just so I can kind of talk about like how I've felt about everything. am I supposed to be going? I don't remember. I'm not even kidding when I say it is taking me forever just to find a damn bear. But I think, okay, let's talk about some of my thoughts and feelings about Odyssey. I think it's like it kind of follows a lot of like kind of the beats of the other ones. But I think one of the big things that I think differentiates itself is I don't know why, it's just there's a really interesting fact of like how, like the twins, like how Alexios and Cassandra are, instead of it being kind of like how, what was it, Syndicate, was that the one with Evie and the other one? I don't remember what her brother's name is. I always played as Evie. But like in that one, like you were both on the side of good. And like this one, you kind of I think it's one of those things where they're like trying to give players like more options. So like it's not just, oh, okay, you're playing as one person. You know, there is kind of that variability, but then also instead of it just being like a wasted asset, where it's like, oh, okay, you chose the girl model, so the boy one doesn't do anything. Like the boy one's still prevalent. And it's the same how it is in Genshin. So you have the travelers who are twins, and one of them ends up being, you know, the good, you know, the one that you are. You know, that is your character that you play. And then the other one, I'm going to say it because I have the LP on the channel, but the Abyss Twin. That is kind of how they do it. And I think it's an interesting tactic because, again, you are providing more, like, playability. And it's not just, oh, okay, you are playing just this character and no one else. Wait, have I already been here before? Wait, I think I've already been here before. I've already done this. I wasn't supposed to go here. I was supposed to go here. I'm trying to find this last bear. I've already been here. I don't care if you see me. I'm jumping off the cliff anyways. Anyways, I think it's always really interesting. Because it's not, you know, I know some people probably are like, oh, I don't want to play as a girl. And it's like, okay, then don't. You know, play as Alexios. Like, you don't have to play as Cassandra. But it's always interesting. Because, like, usually it is kind of the boy character model that is probably the one that is going to be, like, the default. Like, as the devs go in, like, that's kind of who they have in mind. So it is kind of interesting.
That's
because,
all of the
like,
skins. It's time to sail back to Mytilene and collect my breastplate.
It is. I find it interesting, and I do really enjoy it, especially because usually I don't mind playing as a dude. Like that doesn't necessarily bother me, but it is nice when it's like, oh, okay, like I can play the girl. But then sometimes it's like you see that it's like it doesn't necessarily change up in like the gameplay of it. Because it's like, oh, okay, like, things aren't necessarily going to change, like, if you were to pick, you know, Alexios or Cassandra. However, I think one of my biggest complaints about it is in the story. Like, I don't know if they wanted to do it in such a way where you're like, oh, did we, you know, save our brother? You know, did we save our sibling? You know, and you don't really know until the end. And I think kind of even the idea of just like, you know, still, like, it's not because of the actions that you took throughout the game that's like, oh, okay, this is how you know whether you made it or not. Like, you can ultimately choose in the end. But I think it was one of those things where it's just kind of the entire idea of, like, Alexios, like, you know, repenting and all of that. And, like, it just felt, like, very rushed. And maybe it was, like, there was, like, tiny moments where it's, like, you can kind of see it. But to me, it just kind of felt a little bit more of just out of nowhere. And the entire dinner scene, as sweet and wholesome as it is, also felt incredibly just like, we're gonna make this very wholesome scene for, like, just to have it. Like, it doesn't, it kind of just comes out of, like, I don't want to say it comes out of nowhere, but it kind of feels like everyone's, like, way too chill about things. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, there's still definitely pent-up aggressions with, you know, Stentor and Cassandra, and probably definitely Stentor and Alexios. So it is really interesting, but not in a good way, that they kind of rush the ending, I'm gonna say. That's just me. Okay, we've made it back. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was doing my review, but first let's get a new breastplate that we won't ever use.
Do you have the skins?
I have your bearskins.
Most impressive! Not many people have faced the majestic bear and lived to tell the tale. It's only fitting you receive a breastplate for your bravery.
And with that, we hit our max capacity. Of course. Okay. I think I've talked enough about the story. I'm gonna do my inventory stuff while just, like, talking about everything. Honestly, I think kind of my main issue, like, I'm just being completely honest, I think kind of my main issue, like, in terms of gameplay, like, sometimes, like, I never felt like it was necessarily, like, super challenging. And, like, could I have probably changed up and made the challenge a little bit more difficult? Sure. But I think, honestly, for me, like, I'm more concerned about the gameplay. But my biggest issue is still the fact that the map is a line. I'm sorry. I hate that. I will always hate that. And just for the love of God, give us any sort of, like, mini map. Like, that's all. Like, that's all I ask for, is just a mini map. I'm trying to find somewhere that is Spartan. Okay, this is Spartan. I wonder if there's any sort of, like, fort. Let's look for some forts. Okay, so back to me ranting about the stupid line being a map. I don't know what it is. I don't play a lot of, like, FPS games and stuff like that. So I can understand how, like, the line works for, like, minimalism. I'm going to be 100% honest. I absolutely hate the line design for, like, a map. I feel like it doesn't do much. And I think, like, honestly, I think in terms of the storyline, it's perfectly fine. Now, everything with Layla outside of the Animus, honestly, I'm not
of the wild land, mistress of animals.
Like, I'm not giving that any, like, much of a review, and the main reason I'm not going to really talk about it is because I haven't really been playing these games in order. So, like, the entire idea of, like, oh, well, this is well done, and this, I didn't get this and that. And it could just be the fact that I've literally just never played, like, because I never played them in order. And I'm missing gaps. Like, I have technically never finished up the Ezio trilogy. I have technically never finished it. It's not because I didn't want to. I actually was going to, get Revelations for the PS3 when it came out. I just never did. Also, I was like 17 at the time and really bad at saving money. Like I mean, financially, I'm like much better with like not just spending all my money just because I have it. But like when I was younger, I definitely struggled with that. So getting like $60 would have definitely been like a challenge for like young me. And so I never got it. So I actually never played through, like, finished up the Desmond story. And then I've been playing all of them since then, kind of just out of order, because I'm like, I don't know what the order is. And I kind of just get them when I find them. So, like, I don't want to go into, like, the overarching story like that, because I don't know it. But I think it's really interesting, like, kind of that aspect of Cassandra being immortal. And up until, like, she meets Layla. Now, I wish that they had gone more into that, in all honesty, because it kind of just hits out of nowhere that it's like, one, Cassandra's still alive, but, like, in our world, like, in modern times, wearing, like, a pantsuit. And it just, I feel like they would be like, we're gonna have this happen, but we're not going to explain why. Why are there just a bunch of dead people here? This is like the weirdest military camp I've come across, because there's just like nothing here. There's just dead corpses. I think, honestly, like, they were ambitious with a lot of the stuff in the story, but it just came down to, like, not really executing it. I don't know. Like, it's, you know, when you're, like, kind of going through and it's like, oh, okay, like, we're gonna do this thing, we're gonna do this thing, and it's gonna, like, we're gonna put all these, like, cool concepts. But, like, you don't have to, like, fully explain it, but it's one of those things of, like, setting it up or having a reason for something occurring. And I just did not feel that with aspects. And it was another thing. Like, now I'm, like, thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, now I'm coming up with more, like, things I didn't like about it. Like, don't get me wrong, I still fully enjoyed it. Like, I finished the game. Like, I went out of my way. Because sometimes, like, if I'm not feeling a game, or I'm not feeling, like, an LP, what I will end up doing is just doing the main story stuff and calling it a day. And I was very much interested in this game, to the point where I'm, like, keeping up with, like, what I have, and, like, wanting to actually 100% the game. Like, it's not necessarily like like, it's whatever, or it is a video game. I'm actually, like, pretty damn interested. Do I not have this weapon? Do I not? There's no way I've gone this far without a fucking broad axe. Because that's, like, a generic-ass thing. Yeah, but I end up doing this a lot because I'm like, oh wait, there's still a spear. Do I have this somewhere? Yeah, I do. But, like, you know, I have been genuinely enjoying this game. I genuinely enjoyed the game. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't have its faults. Okay, that's the one we just made. I'm almost positive I have these. God. Also, the other thing, and a lot of this comes down to like the UI stuff. Like, it's not necessarily like a bad game or like anything like that. A lot of it comes down to just as you're going through a lot of the stuff, like it gets messy. Like, that's the only way that I feel like I can explain it. Like, it just feels like it's like one of my biggest issues was the entire fact of like the inventory system, the fact that there is a max, and I think it can be helpful. And I think like you're kind of like having to choose, but if you're someone who is a completionist or someone who wants like to get one of every item, or you've played some of the other games, I don't know how I got the Ezio stuff, but like I'm not gonna complain. But like I have stuff from, you know, Origins, I have Syndicate stuff. And I think it's one of those things that like the I kind of like the idea of having the like max inventory and there being repercussions to it. However, I think at the same time, like, they don't go about it, I'm not gonna say in a smart way, but it's one of those things that it's like you easily get duplicates of a lot of stuff, like, and they vary on like rarity and levels and stuff like that, and that's totally fine. But I think as you're trying to clear out the inventory, unless you're just getting rid of all of your old stuff, and if you're someone who wants to like keep like, you know, one of each or something like that and not just have one set, now you can't get rid of the legendary stuff, which is really nice. Like, you can't accidentally sell it or dismantle it or anything like that. But I think like there's no way to like, oh, quick sell every, like, or even a locking system. If there was like a locking system, so then you could lock the pieces that you want to keep and then just be like, let me quick sell everything else. Like, there's a quick sell for like the trade goods, but there's nothing for the rest of it. Like, the inventory, like, you have to manually go through, and you could accidentally get rid of something that you meant to keep because it looks like it's something else. Wait, have I not done this? Again, like, it's weird that it's like noticeably not a lot of people. I don't think I have the other one. But I think, honestly, like, it's little things like that. And again, like, if you're someone who's just gonna, you know, level up the same piece of, like, legendary armor that you have, like how I was with the Ezio sword, then, like, you know, you don't really need everything else. Like, you don't need to have a bunch of other weapons. And I think it's just that completionist thing. But I think it was one of the things that, like, that really could have been just, like, an added detail. Or something to, like, make it easier to go through. Because, like, you're going through and selling or, like, dismantling one by one. Which can be helpful, like, if you're like, oh, okay, I need to make sure that I'm not getting rid of something that I want. But at the same time, it's also just like, there's no way to like make that quicker or make it more efficient. Also, I do wish that they had like the advanced thing where like you could go into like the warrior abilities and like the hunter abilities and all of that. earlier, which I don't remember when they did it. But again, like, these are all things from like a gamer viewpoint, and not so much like, oh, this is like how you could do it, like dev-wise. Okay, there's one more chest somewhere. I don't know. I'm mainly now just kind of clearing out and trying to find stuff. Because, like, there's not anything else. There was no credit scene, that's just interesting. Oh, hey, that didn't even have anything with it. I don't think we're actually going to end up getting it. Because I don't really, now that I think about it, I don't think there's anything else for me to say. And as much as I think people would want for me to have, like, a full-length episode where I'm, like, clearing out the map and doing more, like, I just don't think it's going to happen. But, you know, all in all, we did pretty good. Could go back and do this. We still have Socrates. We still have a bit more to do. But that is going to be it for the LP. Let's head back to Kefalonia to end this video where the series started. Nope, back up. Once upon a time, we started our series here. Maybe not necessarily on Lightning Zeus, but in Kefalonia. Many, many months ago. And we are back to wrap everything up. Honestly, I genuinely enjoyed my time. I hope y'all enjoyed the series as well. I'm actually going to be taking some time off from the channel. Question mark. I really want to spend some time away. Not necessarily away, because I might still be posting some videos. And I don't know if it's going to be in December or if it's going to be in January, where I'm going to kind of take a break. But one of the things that I wanted to do, and one of the things that I've been struggling with on this channel is, as I've wanted to make more Genshin content, because I've just enjoyed it, I've genuinely just fallen into a hyperfixation hole with it. I want to make more content about it. Building characters, doing random challenges, and things like that. But it doesn't fit the LP style. So I made the decision, after this one, I am going to be dropping to 3 days a week. So it'll be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Sunday will be bonus type videos. It's going to be a lot more edited, a lot more like Genshin building or challenges or whatever I might be doing. And of course that also means that we'll be dropping it down to one LP at a time. So there's not going to be any Tuesday, Thursday LP, Saturday, Sunday LP. That was just getting overwhelming. And honestly, as much as I enjoy doing 4 days a week, if I want to do some more like edited content, because a lot of my stuff hasn't really been much edited because I like going in blind and I don't know what to take away because it kind of takes away the experience. And Odyssey, I had to do that. I had to go through and take out stuff because it was, and I had to like cut away a lot. And I kind of, doing that 4 days a week was a lot, just like doing when I did the Genshin LP. And the reason I don't know if I'm going to be doing December or January, I'm going to kind of take a break, is because I don't know with the Archon Quest. Because Lunar 3 will be coming out like right at the start of December, and there's more Archon Quest, and I don't know if that's going to wrap up the Archon Quest for Not Cry. I don't know. I don't think it is, and the reason I say that is just because like we have not had any more map. But if I'm not posting it, if I end up posting Genshin, the Archon Quest, then I will take my break in January. I will still try to get some videos up. I've been playing a lot of Genshin. I've been doing the character quest and the hangout quest, so it might be like a month of that, but it'll probably be maybe 1 to 2 videos a week as opposed to 3 or 4. And in January or February, I will be back. I also maybe might be getting into streaming. We'll see. If I can get a setup, if I can get everything figured out to do that. Because I would love to be able to like go back to games that I've LP'd on the channel and 100% them. Or maybe get into new games. And instead of doing and kind of live streaming, like recordings, instead of just, you know, recording it on my own. Oops. If that would be something y'all are interested in, like definitely let me know. And of course, let me know in the comments, like any games that y'all want to see me play. But the other thing that I wanted to do was get the chance to get ahead. I don't want to necessarily take a break, but trying to keep this up, trying to do everything else that I've been working on, it's been a lot. And I'm going to definitely say that I have struggled. Again, this was technically a series that I started recording in like April. Okay, we're at the end of November now. And this is going out in like a week. So it definitely kind of became a challenge to keep up with the series. So that's part of the reason why I want to take a break. Because I want to, one, let myself kind of breathe and try to get ahead. Try to see if I can do some streaming stuff and kind of making some new content and different content. Whether you enjoy the LP stuff or you prefer the more edited niche stuff. I don't know. But that is all. I know I ranted a lot. I tend to do that fairly frequently. But I hope you guys enjoyed the series and the channel. And hopefully I will see y'all back at some point with a new LP. Oh, and before I forget, also, if y'all want to see the Fate of Atlantis DLC, I don't know how long this is, but, like, we can definitely, like, if y'all are like, yes, like, we could definitely pop that up and do it. But that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.